couple of drills first, then later on I'll show you how to put these into practice. A little bit more of a game environment. None of these drills are going to be groundbreaking, you've probably seen them all before. However, how we can put them together to make a practice session would be really valuable. First one simply is just putt into a tee. When we putt to a tee, it kind of narrows our focus a little bit away from the hole. If you can get good at hitting the tee, then a hole is going to feel very, very easy. So maybe good for just before a round, narrowing that focus like I said. Start from different distances. You can pop some balls maybe in a ladder drill, almost here, and here. See how many out of 5 you can get, see how many out of 3 you can get. Let's say, narrowing that focus. Although these are missing the tee, they are all going to be dropping. That's one. And one that relates very closely to this. Again, you've probably seen it before. Really good drill to do, just to sharpen up, is a gate drill. You can do this in a couple of ways. First one I'm going to do and show you is obviously for the putter, and we take that away. So I'll put it up on the screen now. Tees either side of the putter head there, ball a few inches in front. Again, using the tee, it's a great way to do drills, takes the focus away from the hole. And take your setup, and it's going to show you if your path is extreme one way or the other. So if you hit the tee on the outside, I'm kind of taking the putter away from me, tee on the inside and bringing it too far inside. So again, sharpen you up, getting ready for the season. Weather's getting lovely now, so I'd rather be in here than in the driving range or studio. Let's see, that's one way to use a gate drill. Other way would be for a start line. So I'm going to hit a putt from here, a couple of inches away. We're going to pop tees roughly a golf ball width either side. Again, I'll pop it up on the screen for you. From there then we just putt in again to the tee through that start gate. This will tell you if your face is open or closed at impact. Hit the tee to the right for a right-handed golfer, then you're looking at an open face, tee to the left, kind of closing that face down through impact. And then you can combine the two, so you can pop a couple of tees behind the putter and then your start gate there as well. Again, putting to that tee is a nice little drill. So let's move on to the next one. So the next one I think is super valuable, especially if you travel around to different golf courses where green speeds can vary depending on what course you're at. Again, you've probably seen it before. It's the pace drill, ladder drill. So I've got myself 4 windows here. Goal of this is literally, it's pretty simple. It's stopping each ball within the ladder. If you miss one, you start again. So there's a little bit of pressure building up towards the end. Second one. Again, as green speeds vary from club to club, this is probably more valuable than holding out from 5 foot. Because it gives you a real good gauge of what the green speeds are that day, depending on the putting green. As long as that's the same as the course, but it gives you a better idea than not doing it at all. If I've done it the first time, not quite, but yeah, really valuable. Again, we can build these ideas together to create a good practice session. So this is a nice tough one. So there's a spiral drill. As you can see, I've got a spiral of tees here. Goal again is simple. We start at each tee. Try and hole out from each tee. If you miss one, start again. So when you get to the end, trust me, there's a bit of pressure on them all. Starts off nice and easy. Make it as hard as you like, as easy as you like. Kind of make them obviously closer, further away. So playing with your mates, you can put a little bit of a wager on it potentially. You get some drinks after, something like that, build up the pressure even more. start lining up from this distance now. Greens are looking great up here now. 3. So miss one, start again. You can see how this is starting to build up into a nice little practice session that kind of covers all areas of putting. We've done a bit of start line, we've done a bit of stroke work on the putting stroke. We've done our pace. This is more now holing out. Doesn't take long, so we don't need to be on the putting green for hours. We can really sharpen up. There we go, start again. So yeah, really tough one, but really good for those sort of 3-footers holing out. Gets your brain really focused. So yeah, give that one a try. So now we've put all that hard work in on, let's say, start line, stroke, pace, holing out. It's time to sort of put that to the test and get it into sort of game situations. Next one's par 9. Essentially 9 holes. You're going to play every hole as a par 2. So I'm going to play 3 now to see how I get on. As you can probably have a right laugh at my putting now. From this point, I'd be sort of marking my ball, or at least lining it up, getting into some sort of routine of green reading, and trying to put all my practice into this game, so you can keep score. This is coming off the left. It's downhill a little bit, so a little read. Keep score. See if you can get under par. That'd be good. Depends how hard you make the holes. But like I say, you can really start to put it all into game situation. And hopefully it comes out on the golf course for you. Hasn't turned as much as I thought. Not bad for pace though. No gimmies, got to hold them out. There we go, level par 3-1. Give yourself different challenges: uphill, downhill, left to right, right to left. Mixture of them all. So this is pretty flat. So I personally use aim point from a certain distance because my eyes tend to lie to me. I think it was a little bit off the right hand side. It is, yep. So get this line in the right place, pick my starting point. I'm all about pace. Picturing that ball getting to the hole. What sort of pace is going to go in at. Hasn't turned. That one in. Par through 2. Okay, I hear what you're saying. That was 2 easy holes, I know. So, if you've ever been up here putting on the Monty's green, this putt's pretty quick. You know how quick it is as it gets to the hole. So, let's give this a go. It might make me look a little bit silly, but it's sure it's fairly straight. As it gets to the hole, it wants to feed slightly off the left hand side. This might not stay in shot, I'll be honest, but let's give it a go. Straighten that line up a touch, and then all about pace. Line good. Stop. 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 Grinding over par. Right. Straight up the hill. Nice and firm. One over through 3. Oh well. So you can keep these scores, keep them going, see if you improve, doing 9 holes of that. It's a really good way to put everything into practice, everything we've kind of worked on through this practice session. A couple of things before we move on to the last drill. If you like this content, pop down, hit subscribe, hit like, hit the notification bell, plenty more content coming up. Also in the description is my lesson availability at the Celtic Manor. It'd be great to see you in the studio, get some one-to-one tuition. So let's get on to the last drill. This one's more entry point. As the ball enters the hole, depending on which break it is, this putt breaks from right to left. So pop 2 tees there, and the goal of this, make it a bit match play as well. If you hole 1, you go 1 up. If you miss, then the course goes 1 up, 1 up. but it's getting you to visualize this read and where the ball's going to be entering the hole. So between those two tees, I've got my line sort of pointing at the right hand tee there. So if I get the pace right, the ball should break, enter the hole between those tees. Very close. I mean, that was in the middle. Just a touch more pace and it would have been perfect. But yeah, super good way to really get your imagination working on seeing that ball rolling into the hole.